Hello Year 1, I thought your first week's worth of lemur work was fantastic. Woohoo! Give yourself some bouncy thumbs. Bing, 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 bing. I think we can do even better this week. What do you think? Let's have a look to see what we're going to learn about. So we are doing 3 pages in our lemur fact file this week, the last 3 pages, and each of those pages is going to be all about a different lemur. So today we are doing the indri lemur. Tomorrow it's the mouse lemur, and the day after that is the ringtail lemur. So I've got 2 videos on this slide for you to watch. One of them is some indri lemurs leaping around, and the other video is just, I find it really interesting to watch this and listen to their howl. It's called Or They're Cool, and they use this just to check in with each other in their troops, but also to mark their territory and kind of warn off any rival troops or other animals, other predators. So have a watch of those 2 videos for me. Okay, so let's learn some facts about the indri lemur. Now, you can see down the side there I have used bullet points. The only wish really for me, and I'm doing my wish action, for you all from last week is just to make sure those bullet points aren't too large. No golf balls, please. But well done for all remembering to start a new line when you start a new bullet point, and also remembering those capital letters and full stops as well in your sentences. So, indri lemurs, they are Mrs. Berry's favourite. Now, you don't need to write that in your fact file, but that is a fact. They are my favourite type of lemur. I just want to hold one. But I'd rather they were happy in the wild. But I just think they're beautiful. So they are one of the largest species of lemur and are also called babakoto. And that's another name for them, babakoto. Have a go, see if you can say that. It's quite a tricky word to say. So they're one of the largest species of lemur. On this slide, I have put the most important words or vocabulary in bold to really stand out for you, and that might help you to remember them. So they are one of the largest species of lemur. Indri lemurs are herbivores, and we know now that this means they don't eat meat, so they eat fruit, leaves and flowers. Now this is a very grown-up word. Put your year 6 hats on. Diurnal. So nocturnal means they come out at night. Diurnal, like us, is that they're out in the day. So indri lemurs are diurnal animals, and this means that they are awake and active in the daytime. They live in troops, just like all the lemurs. They live in family troops of only 3 to 5 lemurs. So it's not like with the ringtail lemurs where you've got up to 30. They live in much smaller family troops, but again, it is led by that lady in charge, the dominant female. The sad part about indri lemurs is that they are critically endangered. There aren't very many of them left in the wild at all. Between 1,000 to 10,000 left, and numbers are sadly becoming, there's just fewer and fewer of the indri lemurs, and they can be found in the eastern part of Madagascar. So our learning objective for Monday then is I can retell and write facts about indri lemurs. Look how cute that one looks. It's in the middle of eating a leaf there. So your things to remember today, things that I would like you to do: I can draw a black and white indri lemur. I can retain, which means remember. I can retain and retell facts about indri lemurs to a grown-up. I can write 4 or 5 facts about indri lemurs using bullet points. So just like before, write for me the title, which this time is indri lemurs, and then you're going to draw me the picture and you're going to write me some facts, please. Thank you. Happy Tuesday, Year 1. It's mouse lemurs today. Oh, they're so cute. Look how small they are. So first of all, can you watch that video? There is the link at the top there of a mouse lemur. It's Sir David Attenborough who you might know from Planet Earth. Very, very important conservationist and presenter. And he'll be telling you all about mouse lemurs in that video. So enjoy that first of all. And then I've got some bullet points with facts on here. So I've put, did you know that there are 20 different types of mouse lemur? And I did not know that. So that is a new fact for me. The pygmy mouse lemur. Let's just pause to have a look at that spelling of pygmy. Wow, I wonder who's going to remember that that's got a Y instead of an I. The pygmy mouse lemur is the smallest primate in the world. Its body and head combined is only 2.5 inches long. If you've got a ruler or a tape measure, go and have a look. Very, very small animal. Let's find out some more facts. So, you probably remember, hopefully from yesterday, that indri lemurs are diurnal. They're out and about in the day. Well, that is not the case with mouse lemurs. Mouse lemurs are nocturnal. So they sleep up in the trees in the day and they come out to hunt at night. Mouse lemurs are omnivores, which means that they eat both meat and vegetables. So they eat insects, flowers and fruit. These are two new facts for me. I didn't know these two. Mouse lemurs can store fat in their tails and hind legs to burn up if they can't find food. So hind legs means back legs. So they build up a store. They can store up to 35% of their body weight in fat. And it just means that if they're foraging for food and food is scarce and they can't really find any, that they can burn off that fat that they've got stored there. Female lemurs, which you'll remember means lady lemurs or girl lemurs, don't leave their tree holes in the dry season. So usually between April and May until September, October, female lemurs are tucked up in their tree holes, but males are still very active during this time. And actually males have a little bit of a, not a fight, but they kind of decide who's going to be the highest up male lemur in their hierarchy during this time. Obviously the lady is in charge when she comes back out of her tree hole again, but this is a time for males to be active. And mouse lemurs are forest dwellers. I love the word dweller. That just means that they dwell, they live in forests. So for today then, I would like you to, and you're so used to this format by now, we repeat it like this for you so that all you're having to remember is the facts and you're not thinking, oh, what have I got to do? You know that you need to write the title, you know you need to draw a picture for me, you know you need to use bullet points in your sentences. See how many of those mouse lemur facts you can remember. Okay, so Wednesday, and it is time for the last page of our lemur book. We've got Sir David Attenborough, he's back and he's talking about ringtail lemurs this time in that video at the top there, if you could give that a watch for me. And let's have a read of these facts. So ringtail lemurs live in rainforests. And I think I mentioned this maybe in last week's slide or in one of my registers this week, that ringtail lemurs are unusual because they spend a lot of time on the ground. So they do go up to the mid-canopy of trees in the rainforest, but actually they prefer to just be on the ground, on all fours. Like mouse lemurs, they are omnivores and they're very fond of eating spiders. So insects, they also like fruit, flowers and leaves. I should say there as well that spiders are arachnids rather than insects. Insects have 6 legs. I love my mini beasts. And spiders are arachnids, so that should probably say they eat insects and spiders. So naughty Mrs. Berry, but I'm glad I've spotted that now. And a ringtail lemur's tail is longer than its body, and I've tried to include a photograph there just to show how very long their tails are. They raise their tails like a tall flag to help find each other when exploring. Let's click to the next one. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get lots of giggles when I teach this in school. Ringtail lemurs have stink fights. Now, it is only the male lemurs, the boy lemurs, that do this. And what they do is they have special scent glands, okay, on their wrists and on their bottoms, and they rub their wrists onto their tails, and the scent gets then stuck to the tail, and then they wave the tail around at other rival lemurs. So lemurs that they're having a fight with, to go, woohoo, look at my stinky tail, which I know is hilarious. So have a watch of that YouTube video there. I think he's called Frank the lemur. It's a clip from a zoo, and they've put it up to show just what it looks like when a lemur decides he's going to have a stink fight with another lemur. Charming. So for Wednesday, I would like you to, oh, I can't wait to see these pictures actually, with these lovely white and black stripy tails. Looks like rings are going round them, doesn't it, which is where they get their name. So I can draw a ringtail lemur, I can retain and retell facts about ringtail lemurs. I'd love 4 or 5 facts. If you want to do more, please do. Don't forget bullet points, don't forget to start a new line, don't forget capital letters and full stops, don't forget to write ringtail lemurs as your title. Okay, on to Thursday now. We have finished our books, or have we? So we've finished our lemur pages. Now we need to turn it into a proper fact file, a proper non-fiction book, which means, if you remember those non-fiction features that we looked at before, it means we need a contents page. So I've put 3 different examples here of some fiction and non-fiction books with a contents page in. Sometimes fiction has a contents page if it's like a collection, so you can see there it's a collection of stories, so they have a contents page just to show you which story is on which page. Okay, so the reason that we're going to do this is they're very helpful. They will let the person reading your fact file know where to find the different information. So I've written here, if they like mouse lemurs, they can turn to page 6. If they want indri lemurs, they might turn to page 5. So let's click to the next slide so that you can find out how I would like your contents page to be set out. Okay, so I can write the title, contents page. I can write the title of my 7 pages followed by the page number. For example, you would have contents page right at the top. Then you would have your 7-page titles going down the page with the page numbers next to them. So I've done the example here. What do lemurs eat is on page 3. It might be good at this point for you to number your pages from last week, and that will be really helpful. When we put your contents page at the beginning, people will open up your lemur fact file and they'll see contents page, and they'll look down and see, oh, I quite fancy learning about ringtail lemurs. Let's see what page that is on. Oh, page 7. And they will look down at the bottom of your pages in the bottom right hand corner until they come to page 7 when they get to ringtail lemurs. So once you finish this today, pop it at the beginning of your fact file pages for me. Okay, this is a nice easy day today, especially it's nice because it's Friday to have a slightly easier day as we're all looking forward to the weekend and winding down a little. So today we're going to make front covers. I know some of you decided to make your own front covers for your Ourselves and Other Animal book, so thanks for that. I wasn't expecting it, but it was lovely. So front covers are really important. They need to be eye-catching, they need to be neat. Don't forget Mr. Burns and his presentation superstar certificates. It's really important here at Pelham. It's one of our big things at the moment, is to focus on presentation and making sure everything is your best work. I've said here, please use plain paper if you can. Draw 2 lines, one at the top, one at the bottom. So your top line will say my lemur fact file, and I have capitalized every word there because it's my title. I would then like you to write written by Emma Berry, or whatever your name is, at the bottom on the author line. And a picture, please. I don't mind if it's a troop of lemurs, I don't mind if it's an indri lemur or a mouse lemur. You can choose. Just please make sure it's coloured in, really neatly. Okay, let's have a little sing of our song. 2 stars and a wish, 2 stars and a wish. This I like, This one too. This is how I can improve. 2 stars and a wish. 2 stars. Get your jazz hands ready. And a wish. So, the reason I am more excited for it this time is I would like you to think about your wish from before. Have you achieved your wish? If your wish last time was, I would have liked my handwriting to be a bit neater, have you neatened it up this time? Have a little look and decide for me what your 2 stars are. What did you do really well in your Lemur fact file? And what is your wish? What could you improve on next time? Would it be that you didn't use capital letters and full stops every time and you'd like to? Would it be that you would make your bullet points slightly smaller? So I've put here, have a look back at your wish from last time. Did you manage to remember this in your fact file? Or does it need to be something that's ongoing and something that you keep working towards? Oh, look at that picture. They're not lemurs, you're thinking. Well, you're right. Thank you so much for all of your hard work on these lemur fact files. We are very proud of you all. Look out next week where we begin our new literacy topic, and we're sticking with non-fiction. We're going to be writing instructions on how to look after a puppy and looking at different pets. So I'm excited about that. I hope you are too. I'm sure I'll be able to hold Lady up for you to the camera for you to see my doggy. Anyway, have a great weekend. Thank you again for all your hard work, Year 1.